What is good, YouTube? It's Jihad Book back again with another motherfucking video. I know I've been slacking and I ain't really been on the grind and I haven't posted in a while. But I'm back, so, you know, shut up and deal with it. Anyway, but no, I'm going to try to start getting more consistent with these videos because if I'm really trying to take this YouTube stuff serious, I need to do that. But I've just been busy and low-key kind of depressed and lonely because, you know, Valentine's Day was yesterday and this is my 21st year in a row without a Valentine. So it is what it is. But you know what? It don't even matter because I'm in a relationship with the Lord. Okay? Jesus Christ. Yahweh. Allah. Whatever you want to call him. I'm in a relationship with him. In the mighty name of Jesus, Lord, I pray. Amen. Anyway. Basically, today I'm telling a story. It's also a / rant for real. But it's about the story when I was racially discriminated at Greyhound. And I legit wanted to beat the out of this. I was about to say the N-word. I'm trying to stop saying that. But I wanted to beat the out of the, what's it called? The bus terminal agent dude guy or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, before we get into the story, I'm going to need you to go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, all that good YouTube stuff that they say in every video. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. Okay, so this particular story time takes place, hold up. Takes place a couple months ago, like two and a half months ago, over winter break when we were out of school for a month for winter break. Okay, so basically, I go to Kent State University. LeBron James, if you see this, can you pay my tuition too, please? I know I ain't go to your school, but I could really use that. Anyway, aside from that, so where did this particular incident start? So yes. I went back home to Columbus for the winter break, and me and my mom got into an argument, and then I got kicked out literally within 30 minutes of me being there and had to go to Charleston, West Virginia for winter break. It wasn't planned, but it just happened. But anyway, so I took the Greyhound from Columbus to Charleston, West Virginia, because this is the first Greyhound. The first Greyhound, nothing happened. So that was that. I took the Greyhound from Columbus to Charleston, and boom, now I'm in Charleston. Okay, so now that I'm in Charleston, I'm staying at my grandpa's house because my dad and my grandpa live in Charleston. I have family in Columbus, Charleston, Charlotte. I got family everywhere. But now I'm in Charleston with my grandpa, staying at my grandpa's house. And so I had to get out of there. So I bought another Greyhound ticket to go to Charlotte to go see my grandma for the winter break. Because winter break is only like a month long, and I'm only like a week into the break. And I'm already like, I can't deal with my parents. But anyway, so now I bought a Greyhound ticket to go from from Charleston, West Virginia to Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, I bought it the night before, and then the next day at like 10:30 a.m. was when I was supposed to catch the bus. So I wake up, get my bag packed, yada, yada, yada. On my way, my grandpa takes me to the bus station, and now I'm at the bus station. Boom. Okay, so this is where the juiciness, this is when the disaster starts to entail. I'm now at the bus station. And so I go up to the little bus terminal desk, right? And I'm talking to the lady at the desk. Yada, yada, yada. Getting my ticket, or getting my bag ticketed and all this stuff. Or getting they put like a thing on your bag to know which bag is yours to go with your ticket, a tag. So I'm getting all that. But she had to weigh my bag. Okay, that was already like something that I didn't even know that they did at Greyhounds. Because I've taken the Greyhound from Columbus a couple times. And they've never weighed my bag before, ever. I've never, ever once had my bag weighed at the Columbus Greyhound. So if that's a rule, Greyhound, Columbus ain't following it. But anyway, so she weighs my bag, yada, yada, yada. And it comes to like 74 something pounds. And then I'm not thinking nothing of it. But then after like a couple seconds, she says, okay, your bag is overweight because you only get up to 50 pounds you only get up to like 50 pounds of weight or something without being overcharged. And I'm like, huh? And then she's like, yeah, so it's going to be like 49 or 39.90 something, almost like $40 basically for having an overweight bag. But I'm like low-key trying to discuss with the lady and talk to her like, I don't think that's a rule. I didn't know that was a rule. Like, I didn't have any money to give you. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't have $40, ma'am. And we're just kind of sitting there going back and forth. We're not arguing, but like we're arguing, you know what I'm saying? We're having a debate, but not like an argument. So she like this is where I feel like her spirit starts to get irritated. And I don't want to say she was racist, but I'm pretty sure she was right. The man who we'll get to in a second, he was definitely racist. But the lady, she could have just been irritated. But personally, I think she was racist as well, because they were kind of like one and the same, her and the man that I'm about to get to in a second. And this was also like, this is, West Virginia, racist and wonderful. Where I'm from Charleston, West Virginia, if you didn't know, by the way. So yeah, I've kind of grown up around a lot of racist white people. But anyway, that's the difference. No shade to the white people who aren't racist, because not all white people are racist, but there are a lot who are. Anyway, so yeah, me and her like kind of going back and forth, and I'm like trying to get her to let me on this bus without paying. Like, lady, she was like saying, you need to read the fine print on your ticket, yada, yada, yada. It says that if the bag is over 50 pounds, you have to pay extra. And I pulled up the screenshot of my ticket like, lady, it does not say any of that on my ticket, which I showed her on my phone. All it said was I get one free bag to go under, or one bag to go under the bus and one carry-on. That's all it said. It said nothing about weight. Like, literally nothing. Like those memes where it says nothing at all. That's what it was. Like, literally nothing about getting my bag overweight or nothing. So I'm like, it don't say none of that. I'm like, you see it? Now I'm starting to get irritated because her spirit's irritated. So we're just irritated off each other. So I'm like, see, or whatever. Like, it doesn't say anything about that. So, I'm talking with the lady, showing her the ticket, whatnot. Like, it does not say anything about no weight limit on my ticket, ma'am. And like, she's still steady trying to argue with me. And then, so we're just kind of like low key going back and forth. We're not like arguing, but she's steady trying to like keep me or make me pay this $50. I'm like, ma'am, or $40. Like, ma'am, I don't have this money, and it doesn't say anything about that on my ticket. Plus, I just took the same exact bag on a different Greyhound a couple days before this, coming from Columbus to Charleston. So they didn't even weigh my bag. They didn't even care. So what do you mean read the fine print? Literally, I just went to a whole other Greyhound that didn't even care. So it's like, whatever. But after like us kind of going back and forth for like a good 10 minutes, I just called my grandpa, and I'm like, Grandpa, can you come back? Do you have $40 to pay this money? Because they won't let me on the bus to like get to Charlotte. Because I was trying to go to Charlotte for Christmas, so I wouldn't be stressed out on Christmas over winter break with my grandpa and my dad. So I just was like waiting on my grandpa to get back, and he gets back, or he comes back to the station, and he offers to pay the money finally. So okay, we got the money to just pay it, like whatever. But now the lady's like already mad, and she's not even trying to hear it. So she's like, no, get out, like leave. You can't get on the bus or whatever. I'm like, are you serious? Like, wow. And then she calls this other dude out of nowhere or whatever. She calls another dude over from behind he was like in the little back room or something. But he comes out, and he doesn't even bother like trying to figure out what is going on. This shows you how racist people in West Virginia are. So he literally just comes out and says, I wouldn't even bother arguing with him. Just call the cops. My jaw dropped, y'all. I said, excuse me? Okay, one, that is so unprofessional. You two are unprofessional as hell. You are supposed to be working at a business and don't even know how to, handle business. Like, you're just going to call the cops when nothing has even, like, partaken for you to do such? So, when he said that, y'all, I started cussing him out. Might not have been the right thing to do, but I started cussing him out because that was foul. Like, that was racist and wrong and foul. So, I was like, black people die every day because of people like you. Like, so I started cussing. I'm like, I will give you a reason to call the cops. Or I'm like, this mother, like, I just started going off, and everybody's looking at me in front of going off on this dude, and the whole Greyhound, everybody's just staring at me like, I'm sitting here going in on this dude. I'm like, this old B, like, I'm going off. Like, really? You're gonna call the cops? And also, part of me was really, like, triggered and low-key scared, because it's like, I really could have ended up like Trayvon Martin. Like, people really get shot over stuff that isn't even that serious because of somebody like you, because you're scared of a black dude. Like, because you think I'm going to pull out a gun and shoot you. I'm a college student, dude. You ain't seen a real street dude yet. I'm saying, like, I'm not saying I'm no, like, I ain't no Mr. Nice Guy, nigga. Don't test me, because I ain't no, what did Chance say in the one song? I'm not no nice guy, I'm just the good guy. The bad guy should really stay on my good side. I'm just that, okay? I ain't no nice guy, but I am a good guy. And so it's like, you ain't seen a real, like, what you thought I was. You want a real nigga to come up in here. That you really wouldn't be able to handle. Cops or not. Cops or no cops, sir. But anyway, that's a different argument. But it's like, I'm like, wow, you're really sitting here like threatening to call the cops. And he did call the cops. So the cops came, and I was talking to them outside, whatever, and they were saying, yeah, like, this Greyhound honestly has this problem all the time. You're not even the first person this they do this to, because it's privately owned. And so technically, like, you do have to leave. Even we have to leave if they say get off the premises, because it's privately owned, yada yada yada. And he was saying how, like, those same people do that to people all the time. It's not even just me. He said that there are people who come from out of state with nowhere to go and get stuck in West Virginia with nowhere to go because of those two ignorant, miserable people. Their lives probably suck. That's probably why I bet you their lives suck. The dude looked old and dirty, and the old lady looked just miserable and wrinkly. They're both wrinkly. Like, they're both probably just miserable ass people, and they really need to be fired. Both of them need to be fired. Greyhound, I really hope you see this. Like, I filed like 20 complaints that night. Like, I kept calling Greyhound over and over and over. But the story doesn't even end there. After eventually I just leave. So basically, I'm talking to the cops, yada, 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 and they basically just tell me I have to go and all that stuff. So I basically had to leave. I didn't have a choice. So I go back to my grandpa's. Okay, so now I'm at my grandpa's house. This is where I start calling up Greyhound, like, yeah, I'm following all these complaints. Like, they wouldn't let me get on the bus, all this stuff, yada, yada, yada. And so basically that took like a good 3 hours alone right there. So from that point on, what I did was, I called them. They just scheduled me for a ticket later that night. So boom, okay. So we got another ticket. I got another ticket later that night to get to Charlotte. So I took like stuff out of my bag to just leave at my grandpa's house. And also keep in mind, when I called the Greyhound, they said this time, like, he can't tell you can't get on the bus. If your bag is under 50 pounds, we're telling you can get on the bus, yada yada. So this is corporate. I'm talking to corporate Greyhound. They're saying you have every right to get on that bus. So they can't make you not get on. I'm like, okay, bet. He can't tell you no. So, my bag doesn't weigh over 50 pounds. And I got my new ticket and all this stuff. So I go back to Greyhound later that night. The same man is still there. The woman isn't there anymore, but the man is there. So once again, he wouldn't let me on the bus. So here we go again. This time I took my grandpa with me. I let him do the talking because I would have just cussed him out again. So I was just being quiet the whole time. This time I didn't argue with him, nothing. I didn't say literally, I did not say a word. I let my grandpa do all the talking. And my grandpa was just like, come on, man, why are you making this so hard? Or yada, yada, yada. He was like playing the good cop. But he wouldn't let me on the bus. He was like, the man was like, nope, you should have thought about that before you cussed me out or whatever. I'm like, I didn't even say anything because I was about to be like, dude, it's because you threatened to call the cops on me, you stupid asshole. Like what? You shouldn't have threatened to call the cops, you racist ass. But I didn't even say that. I just kept it to myself. I just let my grandpa handle the talking. But when he said that, I was like, I'm sorry. I even apologized. I was like, I'm sorry. And he's like, nope, I don't care. I'm like, he was just butthurt. He was just a little butthurt ass little kid in an old ass man's body. But so I was like, okay, I'm calling corporate. So I called corporate right there in front of him. And they took forever to answer. Finally they answered. But then he goes into the back room and stalls. Because he knows now who you're dealing with. Like, I got corporate on the phone and all this stuff. And he's just in the back room. He won't talk to corporate. Corporate's like, let me speak to him. And he won't. I'm like, he won't come out. I can't make him talk. So what do I do? They're like, well, can you put the bus driver on the phone? So I take the phone over to the bus driver. The bus driver lady wouldn't even talk. What made me mad about that was she was a black lady. You're a black lady and you can't even help out your own people. That's a proof that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Anyway, but she wouldn't talk to the people on the phone either. She's like, Greyhound ain't open right, or she was like, corporate ain't open right now. I'm like, what, lady? I'm on the phone with corporate. How you gonna tell me they ain't open? I'm on the phone with them. She was just avoiding and just trying to stay away. And so I went out onto the platform. I was about to just put my bag on the bus and just get on because I wish that dude would put his hands on me to make me get off. I will fight you, old man. Anyway, so basically he was just stalling to not get on the bus or to make the bus go past the time because I think it was leaving at 10:45 and it was already 10:30. He was trying to keep the time so they would go without me. And so I got the dude I asked him his name first. He didn't even want to give me that. He gave me his first name. His name is Jim. Greyhound, if you see this, his name is Jim. Anyway, and when I'm a billionaire, I'm suing Greyhound. I'm not going to forget this. But, so after that, he he what happened? Oh yeah, so I finally got him to get on the phone, and he was talking to them, yada yada. But he like went somewhere where I couldn't hear him, so I really don't know what he told them. All I know is he was talking to them, and they gave the phone back, yada yada yada. And basically, it all just came down to the bus leaving without me once again. So I still didn't get the bus to go to North Carolina. So my sick grandmother had to drive all the way from North Carolina to Charleston, West Virginia to come and get me. One. So that was already like, wow, that's what that dude did. Two, it was like, I was just like, wow, like this dude is really racist and threatening to call the cops on me. The second time he didn't call the cops, but he still like made it to where I wasn't able to catch the bus. Like, so I just had to go home and just live with that. I like was so mad. I tried to file a police report, a civil suit, everything with him. But all that stuff cost money. You had to go down to the courthouse. I was like, okay, it's what it. So from there, the next day I called Greyhound. I was just actually also like after the first bus, I tried to do this too, but they wouldn't let me, and they just ended up giving me that second ticket. But now I can't even, like, even with the second ticket, I still wasn't able to ride the bus. So I was trying to get a refund for my money because the ticket was almost $90. I paid $90 for this ticket, and they wouldn't give me a refund. They just kept saying, "We're sorry, the ticket's non-refundable." Like literally every trip, the ticket was non-refundable. So I'm like, "Are you serious? That's not right. Like I didn't miss the bus. I wasn't late. Your racist employee would not let me on the bus, which is well documented. I documented it 1,000 times to you guys. And you're telling me I can't get a refund because the ticket's non-refundable. I understand the ticket's not refundable. But what am I supposed to do if your agent won't let me on the bus? That's nothing I can control. That is on your guys' end. That's a policy that needs to be fixed and changed. That is wrong. So from that, like, they just wouldn't give me my money back. They just did not. So I ended up calling the bank and disputing the transaction. The bank gave me my money back. And the story still doesn't end there. Normally it would end there, but this is why I'm telling the story time today, because something happened today that brought it all back up. It happened months ago, and now it's all back to the surface. Okay, so today I wake up, well, technically last night, I got my dad to send me $10 to get something to eat, right? So when he cashed apped it to me. So I deposited the $10 into my account. Go to my bank account to make sure it's in there. What do I find? Negative $80 because apparently the bank retook that money back out of my account without my knowledge. I ain't have no money in there, so now my account is in the hole currently as we speak. So it's like, I'm pissed off. I call the bank. This is what, like, I'm so freaking mad. I call the bank. I'm like, yo, why did y'all take this money back out of my account? We disputed this months ago. Why are you doing this now? This was almost 3 months ago, and now you're taking the money back out. And they're saying, they're basically saying the same thing as Greyhound said, yada, yada, yada. We talked to them, and apparently Greyhound is like lying to them saying, oh, the service was provided. I'm like, no, the service was not provided. I was not allowed on the bus. Greyhound told them that the service was available yet. I'm like, no, it wasn't. Your man wouldn't let me on the bus. What service was provided? I didn't take the bus. My grandma had to come and get me. I didn't get to take the bus. So why are you charging me for this money? Like, we already disputed this. Why is this even an issue still? So from there, I'm just like going, like, I'm not going off on the bank people, them, because I'm like, I was calm, but like, I'm just mad. I'm like, no, I didn't take the bus. And they're like, well, you can just try disputing the transaction again and all this stuff, but it'll take 14 to 30 days. And I'm like, what? Like, you took the last $10 I had to feed myself. I had to eat rice last night, y'all. Like, I had to eat rice. That was all I had to cook. You literally took the money that I was about to use to go get me something to eat. Like, Greyhound literally stole $90 from me. Greyhound is foul. Like, and then so I called Greyhound back today, like, on the same stuff, like, going off, basically, like, not going off once again, but I was talking to him, like, why are you doing this to me, basically? Like, what the hell? Like, I'm telling them the whole situation of what happened months ago. I still got the case number and everything. And then basically they say the same stuff. Like, the ticket's not refundable. I'm like, no, your dude would not let me on the bus. Your employee would not let me on the bus. How is that my fault? That is not my fault. Your employee won't let me on the phone. Like, I was so mad. I'm not screaming to the lady. I'm talking calm to the lady. I clearly have an attitude, but I'm not like, I wasn't screaming, so don't take this as me screaming. But I'm just mad right now. Like, Like, no, this is your guys' fault. This is an issue on your end, and you're telling me that you can't give me my money back because the ticket's non-refundable. Okay, I understand that if I was late or didn't show up or anything else, but you would not let me on the bus. There's nothing I can do about that. There is nothing I can. They called the cops on me. Like, I can't do anything. I can't just get on the bus. Like, there's nothing I can do about that. This is your guys' fault. And you just stole $90 from me. That's what I'm telling the lady. I'm like, you all stole $90 from me. You literally you just stole my money. You took the last $10 I had to feed myself. You stole my money. Like, Greyhound is a thief. Like, y'all are a thief. I feel stolen from. Like, that's wrong. So, like, I hope this video, like, literally gets to somebody important who can, like, legit shut Greyhound down. Or at least that Greyhound. It's the Greyhound in the downtown Charleston, West Virginia city. Charleston, West Virginia city. The dude's name was Jim. I don't know. Whoever needs to see this to get that dude up out of there. Like, no. Like, and the lady. I don't know the lady's name, but she was a blonde old lady. But, like, no, you are literally stole $90 from me. And the lady was like, well, we can give you a voucher that's good for the next year to go anywhere. I'm like, lady, I don't want a voucher. I just want my money back. I can't, like, I had to eat rice last night. That makes me feel some type of way. Like, no. I almost drove to West Virginia just to go pull up on this dude at this station. Like, I was legit about to make a trip. 3 hours. 3.5 hours away from Kent, Ohio, to go pull up on this dude. But obviously I wasn't about to do that. That's a lot of gas money and time. But, like, no, lady, like, no. Like, you're still telling me that it's no refund for something that is your all's fault. That is wrong. Like, that is wrong. Greyhound really needs to be penalized or, like, sued or reprimanded. Somebody needs to be shut down. That should not be allowed. You shouldn't just be able to take somebody's money. Like, I am so mad right now, you guys. Like, my account is in a hole because of these stupid, incompetent terminal agents and bus system, corporation, whatever. I don't know. Like, this is really wrong. That is wrong. Like, that is wrong. Like, Greyhound, you all are foul. You all are wrong. Like, I literally rebuke thee in the name of Jesus. Like, you literally need to repent. Like, Greyhound needs to repent. Like, I am still mad. Like, wow. But I ended up having to dispute the transaction again. I emailed my bank. So that's going to take 14 to 30 days. Like, I'm just so angry right now that they really, one, stole my last $10. Two, basically stole $90 from me. Like, what? You stole $90 from me. That is not right. That is not right. I don't care if the ticket's non-refundable. That would make sense if I showed up late and missed the bus or just didn't show up. That would make sense because that's my fault. But your agent wouldn't let me on the bus. There's nothing I can do about that. That is your all's fault. Your agent wouldn't let me on the bus. Like, what? I'm titling this video, like, fuck Greyhound or something. Like, seriously, like, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, but it's about to be something like fuck Greyhound. Because really, that was really terrible. Like, that was trash. That was trash. But that was trash. That's really it to the story, but I'm still, like, mad. Like, I'm so pissed off. I couldn't even do homework today. I was so mad. I was supposed to spend all day doing homework. I've just been pissed off in bed all day. I went to sleep, like, because when I get pissed off, one, when my money is played with, my emotions go everywhere. Like, that's the quickest way to fuck with my emotions is to fuck with my money. Two is, like, when I get pissed off that bad, I can't even think straight. I can't function, so I just have to go to sleep. So I literally just woke up from the nap. I went to sleep at, like, 2:30. It's 7:30. Like, what the, like, you know, like, that don't even make no damn sense. Greyhound, you all are wrong for that. Like, you all are really wrong. And when I'm in a position of power, when I'm a billionaire, I'm either going to buy your company and name it Jihad Hound, or I'm going to freaking just shut you down some way, somehow. I don't know. But no, that was wrong. Like, that was really wrong. They literally just stole $90 from me. Talking about something, we can give you a voucher. Lady, I got a car now. I can drive myself to wherever I want to go. I don't need a voucher. I just need my money back. I'm mad. Like, I could cry. I could really cry. Am I going to? No, because that's pussy shit. But I could really cry. Fuck Greyhound.